12 years ago, Paul Green was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and there's still no cure. When Paul decided to fight back against the disease, he found that having the right attitude was the key to winning the fight. Anything else he needed would fall into place as long as his spirits were high.
My name is Paul Green, and I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease 12 years ago. When I got the diagnosis, I really didn't know too much about the disease. It was pretty shocking because I realized that Parkinson's is a progressive disease and there's no cure. Nonetheless, I decided to fight back.
Parkinson's disease is the breakdown of mind and motion through the central nervous system, attacking the dopamine neurotransmitters in the brain. Just like aging, Parkinson's is progressive and can be debilitating. The classic symptoms are tremors or trembling, rigidity or stiffness of the limbs, impaired balance and coordination, and slow movement. These symptoms are caused by the loss of dopamine-producing brain cells. Drugs are available to help manage these symptoms, but they will not stop the disease from progressing. Parkinson's progresses gradually over 10 to 15 years. Symptoms appear in stages, affecting each patient differently. Paul's goal is to slow down the progression of Parkinson's, and he's been able to do that through his research and dedication to Nevah Surrendah.
I exercise every day, which is very important because it helps me maintain my strength and balance and stamina.
Paul is also a sponsor of this event. If any of you are interested, if any of you have got family members that have got Parkinson's, please speak to Paul.
Of all the exercises I do, I think the ultimate is rowing, because rowing requires everything: balance, strength, flexibility, determination, endurance. I try to row every day if I can, when the weather's good. I also, in the wintertime, do what is called erging, where you work on a particular machine that tests your strength. I decided this year to enter the Connecticut Indoor Rowing Competition, erging competition, and I did, and I didn't do very well, but the fact that I was there with a lot of young people and doing the competition, I enjoyed it tremendously. I see a chiropractic neurologist, Dr. Lander, because of the connection between the brain and the spine, sending signals to the rest of the body.
I've been working with Paul, I would say, for about 6 to 7 months now, and on a weekly basis. We work basically on posture and on balance, on stability, but our focus is really the neurological aspect of posture and how that relates to health in general. When I'm working with a person with Parkinson's, such as Paul, it's the basic premise of chiropractic or chiropractic neurology is not much different than treating a regular patient, meaning that we want them to have the best structure possible, meaning structure of the spine, the structure of their joints, and we want them to be able to use their body as best they can. You know, Paul does a great deal of work on his own, so he is able to maintain a certain level of function. My job with Paul is not to cure, quote unquote, cure the Parkinson's or help reduce the effects of the Parkinson's per se. My job is to help him function during his everyday activities, actually to help maybe him function to be able to keep exercising, etc.
So I think working with a chiropractic neurologist is an important part of my program. Well, as you know, I do a lot of things to try to hold back the progression of the Parkinson's disease. I do a lot of rowing, I do a lot of weightlifting, I see a chiropractor, but I think almost one of the most important things I do is the dancing, because it includes a lot of elements. It helps me with the balance, it helps me with posture, and the rhythm helps to keep me moving. So I think the dancing is an extremely important element, and doing it with Irina, I learn a lot. I actually learn how to dance the tango and the quick step and the waltz. So the whole thing is just a win-win type of situation.
Definitely I see very, very big improvements. How you started to walk, so it's completely different understanding how you can use your body for walking. So you're committed to improve your posture, and when you pay attention, so it's and keep it, it looks really great. It's a lot of things going on at the same time. So in this case, I think dancing is great exercise what can help you cover a lot of fields. It's we're working on your balance, you're moving yourself, what is very important, what ballroom dancing is about. Have to walk pretty fast with your memory. So, and it's again, I hope you have fun by moving yourself, and it's different kind of movement, it's not boring. Generally, I hope it's, no, I not only hope, I see how it's, how you're changing yourself. When you're on the dance floor, you're completely different when you're coming in the studio.
And as far as my fight with Never Surrender to Parkinson's, I would say that ballroom dancing is a very key element, and I would suggest to anybody with Parkinson's that they begin to include ballroom dancing. One of the most important areas I feel as well is spirit, because 50% of us with Parkinson's are depressed. But if you're depressed, it's almost impossible to fight back. So number one is overcome depression and have a positive attitude. The challenge to the brain, along with the physical activities, I think is important. I call it neurobics. And the way I do challenge the brain, I've been studying Japanese, and this requires some fine eye-hand motion in writing the Japanese characters. Also, memory is an integral part of the study. Reading is great, and also such things as playing chess and trying to learn to play a musical instrument and read music. All of these things that challenge the brain are part of the program. When I got the diagnosis, I really didn't know too much about the disease, but I did remember my wartime hero, Winston Churchill, when he said that he would fight and never surrender to the Nazis. So when I thought of Winston Churchill, and I decided that I would fight back with everything I had, and that I would never surrender, never, never, never to Parkinson's.
There's so much you can do every day to offset the progression of Parkinson's disease. While Paul continues his research and trials of vigorous exercise and active living, he wishes only to reach out to others with Parkinson's and help them fight from the start of their diagnosis. If you or anyone you know have Parkinson's disease, let them know about Paul Green's story and the non-profit organisation Never Surrender to Parkinson's. Visit the informative website at www.neversurrender.org. The goal of the Never Surrender organisation, as its name suggests, is to help those who have the disease live with it now and combat its progression.